Hello everyone, and welcome to the General Intuitive Reading for the upcoming week of April the 6th, 2020. Now please know that this is just a general reading and it can't possibly resonate with everyone, but whenever you watch and listen to it, perhaps you can garner some information that will give your life some clarity, some direction, motivation, and even some inspiration. First off, I do hope that you and your loved ones are all safe, healthy, and well at this time. Last week on my Facebook Live TV show, which is entitled Views from My Balcony, which by the way airs every week on Thursdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I mentioned that this global event that we're experiencing is triggering many people into rage and anger. Now, please do remember that within each one of us is an incredible source of love, power, wisdom, and knowledge. Call upon these energies and utilize them to connect with that higher evolved sense of self within you. Please do remember to stay grounded in order to integrate the constantly changing energies that we are being bombarded with, and stay in the present moment. And do try to practice kindness, compassion, and self-care. What we can do is to channel our energies into creating perhaps a new idea, a new invention, learn a language, learn a musical instrument, or start a writing project. All of these things will keep you in the present moment and keep your energies more peaceful and calm. So let's take a look at the astrological aspects to see how their energies are affecting all of us. With the increased energies on the planet as a result of our global situation and the full moon in Libra, which is coming up on April the 7th, it'll have an even greater effect on our personal relationships and our business partnerships. Also, while Libra is the planet of harmony, it's bringing in more justice and balance, and especially in the area of balancing karma. Now, we do have the Sun squaring Pluto, and Pluto is the planet of the unexpected. With so many people being isolated for long periods of time, it just may be bringing up unexpected ego conflicts, with so much of our control and personal freedoms having been taken away. When we no longer feel like we are in control, our level of agitation rises, which results in others feeling threatened. With being in isolation and losing our liberties, it is giving us a great opportunity to practice an evolved state of consciousness and to allow some things to just be and allow them to just go. As we move into April, the good news is that the planetary energies will be getting easier. And on April 19th, with the Sun moving into the earthly sign of Taurus, we will start feeling more comfortable and grounded with the direction of our lives. This will be very welcome indeed, and it'll help us ease into the Taurus new moon on April 22nd. Now, this new moon carries the energy of change, and new information may come to the surface that will really take us by surprise. But thanks to the grounded earth energies of Taurus the bull, we'll be able to surrender with greater ease and go with the flow. Also on April 24th, we have Pluto, which is the planet of the unexpected, going retrograde, which may see us going within, and we may feel drawn to reflect on and maybe even change our goals as to what we wish to realize for the coming year. Now, during this amazing time of awakening on our planet, when all of those old structures and systems will be removed in order for more humane and equal structures to be established for the good of all. It's a time for us to tap into our faith and trust that what is unfolding at this time is ultimately for the highest good of the planet. And to receive some additional messages, I went to my Hero's Journey deck of cards and see how our own journey is being affected at this time. You know, the Posse of Angels, my angelic family, have been saying that we are going through a birthing process, and it's very painful to go through a birthing process, and we and our planet are being reborn into the golden age of peace and prosperity for all. The first card that came out of the deck is a number 22 card. And it's a powerful master number that is reflective of the master in all of us. And its message is, for this you were born. The Posse of Angels and I have mentioned many times before that we might not have realized it, but ever since we became conscious and awakened, we've been working towards this very momentous time on our planet. In fact, before each of us incarnated in human form, when we were in spirit, we wrote our contracts for our present life, and when we were in spirit, we were so excited, and we put up our hands to volunteer to be part of this extraordinary event. There will be so many new directions and new motivations that will come about as a result of this global situation, and it will see many putting into action their soul's purpose of why they indeed incarnated back into human form for this lifetime. See this as a blessing to take stock of your life and gather all of your energy, your creativity, your talent, so that when we do cross over as a humanity over the threshold of that new golden age, you don't want to leave behind any part of your glorious potential. You don't want to leave it behind in order so that you can put your hand up and contribute your divine light to this new golden age. What a beautiful card. Thank you so much for that lovely card, number 22. The next card that came out is a number 20. Interesting. More twos. Twos are the number of partnerships, balance, equality, partnership, balance, equality, coming together and connection. And it says, what would your higher self do? It's reminding all of us that within all of us dwells the infinite wisdom of all time and the sacred force, as we are all reflective of a divine source. Because we are all made in that higher source connection and at higher source reflection, whether we are aware of it or not, we are being continually bathed by a higher guidance and protection, and our free will to trust this inner voice and allow it to lead us to our wisdom. When we begin to go within and learn from the teachings of our soul, we begin to uncover the divinity inside. It's good to obtain knowledge and information, but the Posse of Angels is saying, be on guard, be informed, but that in this age we are living in, there is a time when there is much misinformation that is bombarding us. And they are saying it's good to be informed, but that no outward guidance can hold a candle to the guiding intuitive force within us. And they want us to trust our inner knowing. And now more than ever, we need to give ourselves the precious gift of space and time to connect to our higher source, to bolster our faith that everything that is occurring on our planet is happening in divine perfection and just as it should be. So there you are. What would your higher self do? Please take this space and time to connect with your inner wisdom and knowing. The third card that came out was this one. It's a number 34 card, which is a 7. And I've often said about the 7s that 7s are doing the work of the divine. With its message is stand still and own your power. And with so many of us in isolation, it's forced us to stand still. The Posse of Angels and I are saying that it's very prophetic because each of us has a higher consciousness and we can be an example at this time as we transition and our whole world gets reborn into that golden age of peace and prosperity. It's interesting that one does not become enlightened by visualizing light, but by consciously and actively revealing and making the dark known. That is what is happening on our planet. Look at this card. That light within each of us has helped to reveal the dark. Each one of us, even the most spiritually aware, is facing dreadful fears on some level. The Posse of Angels is reminding us that what will be revealed just might be what we knew to be true all along in our world, but perhaps we didn't wish to address it as it was just too scary to even think about. That day has come now when we need to face our fears and not run from them, and to be able to fully alchemize them and be able to fully contribute to the great awakening on our planet. See the blessing in what you are now being offered and ask yourself how it can make me more powerful. When fear is no longer our greatest energy drain, we can open up fully to our intuitive voice of divine inspiration that can then take our hand and pull us toward our dreams. Once we face our fears and we bring them out and expose them in order to be acknowledged, we can then finally be clear to turn our most illuminated desires into manifestation. So stand still and own your power in these times. Beautiful, beautiful messages. Thank you so much. And when I went to my spirit animal cards for additional messages, Elephant Spirit thundered in. It is a 25 card, and that is a number 7 yet again. As we mentioned before, the isolation is helping many of us to go through, some would say, a life's review to see what choices and decisions that we previously made. Maybe what we chose before to do as jobs. Maybe how we chose our relationships. And now we get to review them and see if they are still a wonderful fit or if they are now outdated. Yet to learn from the past is not only about learning from our lives, but to take a look back at the wisdom of the ages to what traditions various cultures practiced that brought harmony, a sense of belonging, unity, and peace to their people. With its strength and dignity, Elephant is asking us to acknowledge what has gone before. And they want us to do that. Elephant wants us to do that in order so we can thank it for being part of our lives. We can bless it for the lessons it taught us so that we can finally have closure upon it, and release any attachment that we might have in order to be open, loving, forgiving, and peaceful in whatever decisions that we now make. To fully understand where we are going, we must acknowledge and take a look back to the past, see what happened, see what we allowed, and what we contributed to. And in this way, it will help us to forge a new clear path in our lives. When we are powerful enough to look at our past, we honor ourselves to learn from it and to grow. Oh, thank you so much, Elephant, for coming in and bringing your wisdom. Let's go to the tarot cards and see what comes out for all of us. Please know, once again, that you have the wisdom, the knowledge, the love, and the compassion inside of you to deal with whatever will be arising as a result of these extraordinary times on planet Earth. They are saying that more is yet to come, and you'll need all of your strengths and all of your power within to use your spiritual tools. Use all those things that you've read about or went to workshops or listen to endless online courses. Now you get to utilize those tools, spiritual tools of yours, to come from a place of forgiveness, compassion, and love. Let's go to the cards and see what comes out. Okay. First card that's coming out is the Devil card. The Posse of Angels are saying there have been such heinous, horrendous crimes on planet Earth. And it's all been shrouded under a mask by people in authority, people in elite situations that were there to seemingly help us, to show us the ways to go. And they are saying that these masks are being taken away now to reveal all of this darkness that has been perpetuated underneath. So, a very powerful message to start off the tarot reading, for us to acknowledge the horrendous things that have gone on under, some people have known about it and others have been completely blind to it. Doesn't matter, but it doesn't negate the fact that these things have been going on. The next card that is coming out is the Tower card. And I'm not surprised this one came out after the Devil card, because the Tower card completely reveals those things of a dishonest, deceitful nature that have been perpetuated, sometimes right under our noses, and sometimes we're in full vision of our lives, but maybe we were pretty busy and too distracted to be able to really see them. But they will be revealed and they will be disclosed in order for our world to acknowledge these things so that they can be released and we can finally clean up our world. The next card that's coming out for us, oh, isn't this wonderful? Next card that's coming out for us is a rebirth. I spoke about the rebirth. I spoke about not only each one of us being reborn, but then our planet is being reborn. It's a new phase. It's a rebirth. Many of us who were not aware of what was going on such a deeper level, we are now being called. It's a clarion call to wake up and for those horrendous deeds to be enlightened. And it will be difficult. They are saying it will not be easy, but that needs to be seen in order to be fully realized and acknowledged and to get beyond this and to put those structures and systems in place that are going to be reborn to be equal for all on the planet. The next card is, oh, isn't this wonderful? Next card is the 6th card. It's a card of balance, balancing out the karma on this planet, balancing out. This card is not so much for us individually, but it's as a human race that we have been victorious. We have been victorious in bringing that golden peace, that golden age of peace and prosperity closer to ourselves, and shining a light of victory. And they are saying that love has won on the planet. That love and unity and connection and harmony that will all come about as the reveals that will be shown to us in the coming months. Next card, oh, isn't this beautiful? Next card is the card of the overflowing of the Ace of Cups. It'll be a new birth of love on our planet. Love for each one of us, no matter what our gender, no matter what our race, no matter what our culture. Everyone will have equal rights, and everyone will be looked after and taken care of. And that lotus flower, it will be opening and to provide for everyone on our planet in so many different ways. And that's why it's being called the Age of Prosperity and Peace. And then the next card that's coming out is the World card. It's a completion of a horrendous time on planet Earth, a horrendous time when a very dark agenda captured our world, but now that is being all thawed away as the love has won on the planet, and we will be shown the ways of prosperity for everyone, not for many, but for everyone. Everyone who chooses to raise their vibrational frequency and live from a place of compassion, love, and forgiveness. Beautiful messages. Thank you so much to the Posse of Angels. Thank you to my guides, my Ascended Masters. Thank you to all of you who are doing your part. You're playing your part, isolating, and reaching out to others. There are many in the communities which are helping elderly, those people who are shut in and they can't get out, grocery shopping for one another. This time and times like this have brought out the best in humanity. So thank you so much. In your time of isolation and quiet, you might find that you have some extra time to read. And my books, and even though you can't go on a physical adventure, my books will take you on an absolutely extraordinary adventure in your mind as you're reading and in your heart across the veil with these 2 books. One True Home, Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness, about my past lives and how I grew the most spiritually and ascended to become an angel. And I Am an Angelic Walk-In, which is the sequel of One True Home, and tells about my angelic walk-in experience and how I, Angel Ariel, entered Claire Candy Hough's body, or Claire Candy's body, on January 11th of 2003. You can get both of these books on Amazon, in print, in Kindle, and also as audiobooks for download on audible.com. Thank you so much for everyone for listening. Stay well, stay healthy, you and your loved ones, and I'm wishing you love and angel blessings as always. Go out and fashion and absolutely, or I should say stay in and fashion a beautiful life for yourself. Take care, everyone. Bye.